So dear friends, hello, we finally arrived at the Lake Baikal. I'm very excited. I've been here already several times and I love this place. It's very energetic and powerful. This is actually baby ocean. Did you know that? Well, you can see the lake just a little bit right now, and our tour on the Lake Baikal starts with exploring the local Baikal Museum. You know, there are like hundreds of scientists studying the lake, and they still find something new about this lake like every single year. So there are like a lot of facts, a lot of interesting things to see and learn. So I will follow my group right now. Let's go there together and see what the museum will show us. So we just finished our excursion at the Limnological Baikal Museum. It was really interesting, and so what can I tell you? Baikal Lake is, well, the deepest in the world, as you already know. It's the largest storage of the fresh water on the planet Earth. It's over 35 million years old, which is really old, and we've seen all of, well, not all of them, but some types of the fishes and creatures that live on the lake. And actually right now we are planning to go for lunch to the local restaurant and try omul fish. This is the fish, the most popular fish that the locals eat is called omul. And actually the type of the omul fish that we are planning to taste is 12 years old. Yes, the water of the Lake Baikal is that cold, so it takes a very long time for a fish to grow. So the one that we will have for our lunch is 12 years old. Yeah. Okay, so one of the highlights while we are staying at the Lake Baikal in Listvyanka Village is that all of the travelers and tourists can take a funicular up to the peak, Chersky Peak. It's called after one of the scientists who was exploring this area, and yeah, that's how it looks like. This is our tourist, Ronald. How do you like it so far?
Oh, it's great. The lake is very interesting.
It will be even more impressive once we get there. Lake Baikal. Take a look. Actually, let's do it this way. I will go down and I will show you how transparent the water is. Just give me a second. My group is at the souvenir shop. What I got at the Lake Baikal is the local herbal tea called Sagan Dali or Sagan Daля. It's very good. You can use just a couple of leaves to put it in the tea or coffee, and it has an amazing flavor. Okay, I'm gonna show you now the water and then I will continue my story. Okay, I'm planning to do it. Oh! You see? Oh my god, the water is so cold. It's 4 degrees. Water is 4 degrees only. This is Lake Baikal. Okay, I'm freezing. So I just wanted to continue my story about the souvenirs that you can get here while I warm up a little. So that tea, it's actually not a tea, it's a herbal leaves that you can add to the tea or coffee, and it's like, you know, instead of, you can use it instead of a caffeine because it will give you just energy if you're, I don't know, really tired, if you had another shift at work or something like that and you still need to do something, you can just drink tea with those couple of leaves and you are like all fine for the next couple of hours. Plus it has a very special and great flavor. I love it totally. So I've already had some from my last trip and thought that I need to get some more. So that's Gandali herbal tea. And then another thing that I wanted to get is, and I did get it, pine nuts, because, well, there are a lot of pine trees in Siberia, so they're kind of famous for the pine nuts, so that's what you can get as well. Fresh pine nuts, because they're very good for health as well. What else? A lot of tourists get here the stone called charoid, because the only one place on earth where the location was found of this stone is the river Chara in this region. So that's what you can do. A lot of ladies get the earrings with the charoid or necklaces and rings. So, and it's purple color, my favorite. Very nice one. Okay, they believe here that if you touch the water, you get 5 years younger, and if you swim, actually take a swim, 10 years younger. I believe that's what my tourists are planning. Have in mind. Baikal is one of the oldest lakes located on Earth and is the largest freshwater storage. The waters of this baby ocean constitute about 19% of the world's freshwater reserves. In total, there are more than 23,000 cubic kilometers. Baikal starts to freeze in December, and this process is completed in January. The lake needs a month so that the water is completely frozen. The purity of water in Lake Baikal allows you to see through at a depth of 40 meters. And of course, Baikal is the deepest lake in the world, and in order to confirm the maximum depth of Lake Baikal, the researchers in 2002 were forced to make measurements at 1,003,000 points of the lake. All of the different stones that you can find in the Lake Baikal region, and this purple one I was talking about, this is charaid. Let's take a look at the earrings. That's what I'm mostly interested in. Here they are. Which one I like? It's too big. Oh, this shape is amazing, right? Dear friends, so one of the treats that you can have on the Lake Baikal is to try, well, of course, the fish. We've been to the fish market, and actually I've got this one for free, maybe because I put my feet into the Lake Baikal and got younger, 5 years younger, as I have already told you. So I've got this cold small smoked fish, and what you need to have with it is, just give me a second, I have only one hand, is the beer Zhigulyovskaya beer. It's made in Irkutsk, so in this region. What can I tell you? I would show it both of those together, but this is like the perfect combination. I'm sure if there are any Russians watching this video, they will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we just visited one of the village houses, the old tradition houses, and I would like to share one of the, well, interesting stories, at least nowadays. So mothers never taught their daughters how to cook. And the reason was, when the girls were getting engaged, they had to move to their husband's house. And very often there were many sons in the family, so there would be like 2, 3, or even 5 girls in the kitchen that had to cook all together. So in order to avoid the conflicts in the kitchen, only mother-in-law, the mother of their husbands, had to teach them how to cook everything with the right way and the way her sons liked it. Oh, that's very wise, I think. We didn't do that any longer, but still, that was very wise. Still, well, since all of the, it was very common that several generations could live together, like grandparents, parents, and young couples. So that was very wise in this case. I think I found a spot without a wind. So this is the original rail track that was built along the Baikal Lake. Well, the construction of the Trans-Siberian started in 1891 and was already completed by 1905. So yes, this was the road, and actually they had to do a lot of explosions over here because mountains were on this side of the shore. So that was very costly process. Right now this road is not really used, but when we go to Ulan-Ude in Buryatia region, and we will need to go through the Lake Baikal, so we will get our views out of the window on board of the train. It will be not this part of the lake, it will be just a little bit further, but still. Here is our tourist Jeanette from Canada. Jeanette, how do you like the tour?
Well, I've liked it very much. I have an excellent guide. I'm seeing the whole country from west to east. I can't say that I've liked one part more than the other. I'm at Lake Baikal right now, and I very much like it because it reminds me of Canada.
Oh,
I have a very nice group of travelers that I'm traveling with. The
perfect.
travel company has set up perfect hotels. They're feeding us too much,
That's true.
but I had a great time.
Well, thank you very much.